Hello, Anum. Finally,
Finally, how are you?
I am fine. Very happy to be here on World Diabetes Day with you. It took a while with the technical issues to connect, but I'm so glad that we made it.
Yeah,
Eh,
same here, and thanks for inviting me. It's really nice seeing you here on World Diabetes Day. And first of all, happy World Diabetes Day.
Yes, thank you so much. Happy World Diabetes Day. It's a day to celebrate, but it's also a day to advocate because I was seeing here that it's amazing that still 80% of people living with diabetes are diagnosed, and that's a target goal for 2030 because there are many people living with diabetes that aren't diagnosed yet, and they don't know that they are living with diabetes, and that's a reality that we have to change.
Yeah, that's true. And diabetes advocacy is playing a pivotal role in this. And I hope we can keep spreading the word and reach to everyone across the globe.
Absolutely, because and there are also many complications that are preventable just by being aware that we are living with diabetes. And if we don't know that, if we don't recognize the warning signs, we won't be able to take care of our health.
Definitely.
Yes, well, I would like to get to know more about you, Anum. So I would love to hear in the first place your personal story, the person behind the advocate, and also your advocacy efforts.
Sure. So I got diabetes back in 1996. So it's around 26 or 27 years. I have left counting the years now. So yeah, so it's a long journey. And it started when I was just 5 year old. I don't have all the memories back then, but I do remember that throughout the childhood and teenage, and even when I was in my graduation school, it was a tough journey. I excelled well academically, and my family was very supportive. Luckily, they were educated. We were able to afford insulin. There were some rough patches, but we didn't have much inconvenience in getting the basic needs fulfilled. However, when I talk about emotional well-being or connectivity with the peers, that was completely a very rough patch because it has left a lot of bad imprints on my mind in that growing age when I needed to meet my peers, when I wanted somebody to whom I could relate with. So because my family was supported, I never felt like I could not accomplish something in terms of my career. There were questions, suggestions, myths, misconceptions by other people who used to ask, why are you spending so much on her education? She could not make it to 10. Why are you investing on her medicines? Somebody used to say I would be all good by the 10 when I will hit 10, because there was some news and researchers coming back and forth, and they gave me this false hope as well that as soon as you will hit puberty, this thing will be cured. So I don't know what was true, what they were doing just to make me feel comfortable or what, but it was a rough patch. And also there were a lot of misconceptions between type 2, type 1, and why are you using insulin, that we have to use it at the last stage, and loads of these kinds of questions. However, um, this made me a very different person. So yes, I was excelling in my career. I was having a very good education. I made this my purpose of life that I have to find some cure for type 1. And I pursued in the same career. I took the field of bioscience and I graduated in biotechnology, did my master's in molecular medicine. But there, when I was mature enough to think about it, I started feeling like that there is something missing. There is something missing which I have to figure out. And then I started asking my doctors, my hospital care team, that can't I meet somebody who is just like me? Are you not treating anyone with a similar condition? Because there are many things which you or maybe your prescription does not cover, and I need somebody to talk about it. And unfortunately, till my master's, I could not meet any peer. And the part of world we are living in, we got internet access in late 2000s. So yeah, so that was tough. I have been through it, but right after my master's, I started searching on my own. And when I was browsing one day on Facebook, I got to know about this girl, Sana Ajmal, and also found that she is going to establish, and maybe there is a page with name Meethi Zindagi. And that actually changed my life, the perspective of my life also, because till then it was more towards sympathetic behavior I was getting from my people around me. But after that, I realized that no, sympathy is not something which they should give me or I should take from them. All I need is their empathy. There were questions like, don't do it, you can't do it because of diabetes. But after joining this peer group, I got to know no, with diabetes, I can do all that for which people are stopping me actually. And then I start, like, there was no complete freedom to dream anything, because after that, I tried to what do you say? Like I got to know how to ride that horse, who is very tough to ride on, but I have full control on it. So yes, that was my short journey about diabetes, and that's where I started thinking over. So okay, I have crossed that age, but what about the other ones who are coming in the same group, and how they're going to do it? And I connected with her. We started different projects to fulfill and overcome those barriers which I have suffered with.
It's a beautiful story, and I'm really impressed that even though we live in different parts of the world, we all share the same challenges somehow. And in your case, for example, you know that there are other called social determinants of health. Like, for example, if you don't have enough money, then of course taking care of your diabetes is going to be really tough. Or if you don't have the access to the education you need, because yes, you're humble and your family can afford it, well, etc. There are many challenges. But in your case, even counting with the support of your family, uh, it's still difficult to fulfill that emptiness caused by, oh my God, I'm the only person living with diabetes in the world. I have no friends. Nobody can get it, because it's very difficult. It's an isolating experience, or I perceive it as isolating. Not any longer, thank goodness, because every time that we find peers, friends, other people living with diabetes, it's so marvelous. And as you said, we can create projects together. We can help and contribute to create a better world for people who are going through what we went through.
Yeah.
So really
That
fulfill.
that gives you a purpose of life, and that's my biggest satisfaction, that it's no more the same. We are trying harder to change it, and we can now actually see the results that yes, there are many people, but they are connected. And you know what? I do agree that insulin is like oxygen for us, but on the similar part, I also feel like that just having a good access to healthcare, or to have a quality of life, emotional well-being and peer support is equally important. So they both go hand in hand, and only then you can actually thrive a better life with diabetes.
Absolutely. Anum, because what do you do with just insulin? Just surviving. But you
Exactly.
much more than that. You need the education to address diabetes properly. You need to be part of society. You need your emotions. Fine, everything must be taken into account. Of course, yes, and it's diabetes really are complex conditions, so we have to take many things into account. And I would like to know a bit about your projects, please.
Sure. So at Meethi Zindagi, when we started for the first time, because peer support was very close to my heart, as well as education, we started with that, and gradually we learned that because we are a developing country and the needs are kind of different. So again, for survival, we also initiated the project of Promise of Insulin so that we can cater the needs of underprivileged. Along with that, to keep them well equipped, so to make them understand what this condition needs, we started different educational projects. And obviously when it comes to type 1, we see more cases towards in the children or teenage, so we introduced diabetes camps. And I'm very lucky to be a part of League of Diabetes, because it was Gavin who first trained me how to do these sports clinics, and we tried to replicate it here while culturally modifying it and doing playing games that are more common over here. And we used to have these sports clinics once in a month, or maybe sometimes once in 2 months, and educate the teenage, the adults, and the children how to better manage their diabetes on their own. And as well as we also try to make a structured curriculum for people with type 1 diabetes in Pakistan, because again there was no educational resource available specifically to cater the needs of type 1, and it's different from type 2. So we worked on that along with these diabetes camps, because when it comes to children, we need different activities, we need recreational activities, learning with fun. So that was quite a journey. And then finally in this digital world, and specifically after COVID, when things changed a lot, we introduced another project with digital diabetes education platform. So the project name is T1 Debates. We have just launched a center for that. So it's about authentic, clinically approved education for people with type 1 diabetes, and it's catering the needs of children, teenage, and adults all together, and available across Pakistan. So anybody who has access to internet, who have an Android phone, can go and visit the website, check out the resources, play the videos. Or if they cannot do that because there is still internet accessibility issue, and also not everyone have Android phones, so we have also established these centers across Pakistan. So whenever they are going to follow up with their doctors, they can use the resource over there. And that's how we are working for the community. And the most important thing, we have these online closed groups, because when it comes to type 1 diabetes, it's very important to share your day-to-day challenges. Somebody has to go on job, somebody has to go to school, somebody have to get married. So on these groups, we have no boundaries. We can vent out over there. We can talk about anything. We can share our experiences, challenges, learn from each other, all those non-medical things that everybody has to face in their day-to-day manner. So yeah, that is it.
And that is precisely what we were commenting just a while ago, that we need the insulin, we need the supplies, but we also need this peer support and emotional well-being, which is as important for our development as human beings, right? And regarding the access in Pakistan, what do you have covered by the national health system? What do you have to pay out of pocket?
So, unfortunately, we have to pay out of our pocket. Those who are really poor, or who cannot access at any cost, they do go to government hospitals. They do provide insulin, but the insulin provided over there is not recommended for T1s as per SPED guidelines. So yeah, we have that mixed insulin, for everyone, and there is no analog insulin, so that's a problem. And also there is no concept of giving the needles or strips, etc., for remaining, like you just have that insulin vial, but you do not have the equipment to inject it or check your levels. So at Meethi Zindagi, we do provide all of these. We try to send. In fact, we do not call the children at our place. Rather, we try to deliver that at their doorstep so they don't have to miss the school. So, but since we are a not-for-profit organization, we are only catering the need of a very small chunk. As far as the healthcare system is concerned, they are providing insulin, but that's obviously
Oh,
not the one that we need.
there's
Yeah.
no room for improvement, Anum, but we are doing
Yeah.
everything that we can. And what specifically would you love to see improved in Pakistan?
So since after, like if I talk about recent times, previously we didn't have any advancements in terms of managing T1s, but now we have these workshops happening regarding cap counting. We have a few resources now, and also we have one of the companies who's providing CGM. Obviously, we have to pay out of pocket, but I believe that's also a very important component. When you have type 1, your levels are going up and down every minute. So that's a good development over here, that in recent years we have one of the companies over here who is selling that product. Apart from that, now people have started understanding the taboo and the stigma associated with this condition has somehow reduced with the voices, powerful voices across the world, and also what we are trying to do here. So that has changed a little bit of concept of people that yes, a person with type 1 could achieve whatever they want in their life. The only thing which is needed is balance, good management, and education awareness, obviously. So now society has somehow changed this perception that okay, this person because of type 1 could not survive, or could not do anything, or could not marry. So that has
Yeah,
now passed.
that's
Yeah.
the challenge. In our case, as women living with diabetes, we have to overcome another stigma challenge that is being a woman, and then a woman with diabetes, and then getting married. Okay.
It's a big taboo, and it all comes with education. So the more we will reach out to the people, the more awareness we will create in the society. Only then we can change the mindsets, and we are working for that. And I'm hoping that hopefully it will change. The change will be real in near future.
Yes. Keep on working on it. This World Diabetes Day and every day, because for us, every day is World Diabetes Day. Let's
True.
keep on it together. Thank you so much, Anur.
On the last note, I would like to share that we are going to have a World Diabetes event at Lahore on 18th November. So anybody listening me from Lahore, please join in your Type 1 fellows. We are having a art show and a talent show, so you can present whatever you like. And do join. And thank you, League of Diabetes. Thank you, Lucy and Decca, for making this happen today. Well, happy World Diabetes Day.
Until the next time. Bye.
Bye.